don't do it for goodies. But like, I've had whole 2 rows of planes laughing at me, and people in the other parts of the plane are like, "What the hell is going on in the back?" Everyone's laughing their ass off, which is something you never hear on a plane.
No.
And a lot of times, like the waitress will bring my row free drinks. Sometimes I'll buy them free drinks just to get everything moving and lubricated. But and then then they will laugh at my stupid jokes. But
that's why comedy clubs require you a 2-drink minimum.
2-drink minimum. They don't want getting free drinks. So and I've had them giving drinks to everybody, and like the 2 rows laugh around me and having fun, and they're just so happy to have happy people on the plane and not have to deal with the misery. And I think the stewardesses are happy too, and most people are. And like so I'm at Starbucks. Hey, you want an extra biscuit, or whatever the hell it is, donut. We got these donuts. You want someone? You made everybody laugh, And so I don't do it for that, but sometimes it's kind of nice. Sometimes you meet people. Sometimes people come up to you and like, "Hey, what's your name? And what do you do? And what's the podcast?" They'll see the hat. So people should learn to practice this. If they read your book, they can practice it. Let's get into how did you learn to be this way? Did you grow up an introvert? Did you have issues like I did when I was a child?
Yeah, I was very much like you. I was a painful introvert. I was, too shy to ask girls out, and I just missed fun and opportunity, and it just frustrated me and made me angry because I kept missing out on so much that I said I gotta start emulating bold people, even though it makes me really uncomfortable. And what happened is it did make me really uncomfortable, but I got a benefit from it. I got and what it did is it made me a little bit more confident. And I figured out, well, if I keep acting bold, even if I'm not confident, I get more confident. And also I get and this is what I tell people is it's bold action builds your confidence. Because they say, well, I'd be more confident. I mean, I'd be bolder if I were more confident. It's like, no, that's if you're doing something because you're confident, it doesn't require any boldness. So I want you to be bold when it makes you uncomfortable, but when the stakes are low, like talking to somebody in the elevator or on an airplane, there's nothing bad's going to happen. Yeah. And what happens is you expand your comfort zone so that you are bold when it matters. You've built this boldness muscle so that when, you're at a funeral and they say, does anybody want to say anything? You don't sit there and not get up and not say anything about the pain and loss that you feel and how much you love this person. And then you get a regret that will gnaw on you. I should have said something. Well, guess what? You didn't seize the moment. And it went away. They said, all right, if nobody wants to say anything, we'll go on and we'll sing, hallelujah. And so, I'll jumpstart things at funeral, and I'll do what you do. I'll be funny at times. And the effect, and this, the effect it has on people that you say, let me tell you something about this person that he's a great guy, but an extraordinary slob. And they all go laugh and they go, oh my God, he was such a slob. But they don't care anymore. They just they want to release, from the grief for a moment. So that's what I want people to do is just do something when, build your boldness when the stakes are low, when the consequences are inconsequential. So that you are bold when it matters, because there will be times when it really matters that you have to act. You have to seize that moment. You have to step up, speak up, tells and sometimes it's the boldness to be kind. Because sometimes we hesitate from helping somebody out or offering assistance and go, oh, somebody else will help them. If I bike ride, I road bike. And if you stop on your bike, almost invariably, another guy on a bike will slow down and go, you all right? Yeah. Because we've all had flat tires and didn't have a pump with us, know? And so be bold enough to reach out for people, offer your arm to a woman who's about to cross the street, or help somebody put their suitcase up on an airplane. Don't just stand there and watch them struggle with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes that's kind of fun, though. You usually film that and put it on TikTok.
You let them do it a little bit before you step up and be kind. You can't waste the comedic moment.
Yeah, what you do is you wait until they finally get it in, and it's about to do that final slide in because they finally got the angle right, and then you yell out, "Hey, do you need help with that?"
Yes, that's because deep in your core, you're a very dark, evil person, Chris. Occasionally, it surfaces.
There is some dark triad psychopathy there, but I mean, sometimes that's funny. Yeah, people. I've never been arrested for bad jokes and being funny. I probably should be, but they haven't created laws yet, so I'm running with it. But no, I mean, the other thing is too, is it transposes into so much quality into your other life. If you're a man, if you can get a woman to laugh, you got a really good chance at not only having a great relationship with her, but also, it's a great way to, I mean, I've had so many women that I've made them laugh that they'll go on another date with me at very least, and then later they find out that I have a bold smell, and because I don't bathe more than once a week, and then they figure out that my jokes are bad. But women have always said, if you find a guy who laughs, and something might happen around here. Your employees, being a leader with your employees, I think being charismatic and being interesting to your children as a parent is important. I was really an interesting child for that. But no, it just transposes into the quality of your life across the board. And then you don't feel isolated. You don't feel introverted. I grew up an introvert. The reason I've been telling my story is to prove to people that you can go from there to here. There's some people that'll be like, well, I don't do anything because I'm an introvert. You can change it. No, you can. You are the way you are. You're like, no, I used to be that way.
No, they're trapping themselves in their self-definition. I tell people say, no, I'm really shy. I say, really? You shy at Thanksgiving dinner? You shy with your best friend? You're shy in the movie theater with all the lights off? Yeah, no, you laugh out loud. Yeah. And I said, you exhibit shy behavior in certain situations. But if you want to define yourself that way, or let other people define you that way, then that is the choice you're going to make in most situations, is to step back, to stop yourself and miss out. Hey, life is short. Yeah. And it can change in a minute. You can go from healthy to really sick or really injured in a heartbeat. I want you seizing those moments, because we don't know how long we're in the game of life here. The coach hasn't told us how long we're going to be on the court. So seize those moments. Bring your full self out there and stop being trapped by, oh, I'm an introvert. And hey, why let extroverts have all the fun anyway? Yeah. Jump on. There's as you said, they have not written the laws yet, at least in this country. So yeah, I think in Venezuela now it's not allowed to make people.
Is it really? Oh well, the Madero, yeah.
He's a rough guy.
Yeah, I mean the Madero diet's kind of funny, really.